Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to another video brought to you by Total Control Traders. This may be our last video for 2021, so there's lots and lots of tickers to get through. I will be taking next week for sure, but potentially with the remainder of the week off as well, depending on, I don't know, why not, you know, it's been choppy market. Take a break, relax a little bit, chill out. It's holidays time. I wish all of you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year's. Anyways, all right, let's get into it. There's no morning live tomorrow. Potentially a afternoon video tomorrow or Thursday as the last one, if there's going to be one more. But today, this video likely to be the last one of 2021. So hope you guys all have a happy holiday. All right, let's get into it. First one, SPX. We are seeing a bounce from 0.786, that key zone. It's just under the 0.786 from this move back here. The key zone held. We are seeing a decent bounce. I believe it looks like we're at about the 0.5 right now. We got over the 0.5. No real clear area right now. Still remaining in that choppy area. You know, if we look at this, ever since this drop, where we got to the 1.272, holding that 0.5, bouncing from there, new all-time high, and it's just been straight chop ever since. You know, it's like 1 day bull, next 2 days bear, another big day bull, and then another 3 days of bear. So right now, market remains in choppy environment. However, there is something very different on the other two indexes. SPX, no clear direction yet, but looking at NAS, looking at RUS, there is something very interesting going on here. So with NAS, what we were talking about before is on the loss of the short-term trend line, there is a potential that we're going to come down to here where the GP and the money line lines up, that confluence area. But we saw no follow through today. We saw a very nice decent bounce holding that key zone as well as the 0.5. Ultimately, we did make a new low from Monday. This is now very slight daily bull divergence. Same idea as any other things. You know, we're gonna need to see that follow through tomorrow, which we have been mainly lacking on all the all the tickers that were looking decently for a reversal. Today, very nice bullish action on a lot of ETFs, a lot of individual tickers. That's something that's notably different than before, where there were only a few tickers that were reversing versus today. There a lot of things were looking for reversal. Right, and RUS is the very notable difference within the four indexes. Now, if we were to look at this, there is a strong daily bull divergence on RUS, and we saw that follow through today. Gonna need one more day of follow through ultimately, because Monday was not a reversal candlestick, not exactly a reversal candlestick. Today we did see that bull volume coming in, trading over that daily 8. Now, the good thing I like about RUS going from here is, if we're to look at it, you know, this short-term trend line, very similar to NAS and, no, the other two doesn't have it. They're very similar to NAS. This is the key trend line that we were tracking before. Multiple rejections. 1, 2, almost 3, 4 rejections already. And we did get over that, closing over it. That is very key. We did close over that key trend line, short-term trend line. And on the already 4 hour, 8 hours closed over it, to everything closed over it, daily closed over it. But now we're gonna looking for that. See if we get an immediate back test. Now, what I'm thinking from here is likely a bull flag formation, because we are a little bit extended on the 4 hours. 8 hours looks okay. Daily, obviously, we're not. Hourly, very nice algo action. So yeah, let's watch for that 4 hour bull flag formation. What we want to see from here is ideally not seeing a close back down under this trend line. So far, first hour, 2 hours. I think it's 1 hour. See, 4, 2, yeah. First hour of the after hours market looks okay. We are not seeing too much bearish pressure coming in. So RUS is looking fairly ideal for that reversal to begin from here. We do not want to see any further lower side. If we're to see the loss of, this is now a must hold. If we're to see a lose of 2100, we'll call it. Give it a little bit more room. 2100, that will be GTFO sign. We did lose that lower trend line of the wedge. We did lose ever so slightly, actually. If you look at the close of Monday's candle, we only closed ever so slightly under it. A bunch of wicks, lots of buying pressures coming in. Need to see that follow through right away. All right, Dow, still one of the strongest, seeing a bounce from that GP. Very nice follow through today. We are closing right on that 88. Gonna need to see the follow through tomorrow. Same as a lot of tickers out there. Now I just went through the actually I might as well go over them with you guys as well. The red flags that I've been tracking, and let's do a quick discussion around them since this is the last video. US dollars, not seeing confirmation of this weekly bull flag yet, so there's no real concern yet. And US 10 years, we're seeing a bounce, so that negates a little bit of that short-term potential of bear, red flag, bearish action, big bearish action. VIX coming back down. We did see a huge bounce on Monday. I was a little bit afraid of this being a curl from here because we did touch that wedge upper trend line, but looking at this, I'm okay just waiting it out. Ultimately, I do believe the signal for the biggest red flag for this to confirm is if we were to see a gap up or a move up above this previous high like last time, so this previous high being 35.32, that is going to be a huge red flag to confirm. On the move above 35.32, that is the one to be keeping an eye out for. So right now there's no real concerns. Gold is seeing, is this gold? Okay, yeah. So gold is seeing a little bit of bullish action that's coming back down now from that 88, looking like the bull is going to try to hold it. No real concern there either. Bitcoin saw a little bit of a bounce, so that's good. So no real, all of the red flags that we discussed are still there, but they are, and this is exactly what I was expecting. On the shorter term, still looking bullish on the market. On the medium term, we are potentially looking at these red flags confirming. As of right now, that still is the case. It's nothing changed. No real confirmation on the red flags yet, but they are still there. Okay. All right, let's get into the tickers. First one I'm going to look at, so we took a look at Bitcoin. Not going to look at Hive. Let's take a look at Tesla as our usual. Ooh, got into Tesla today. I did one single trade today. One single trade today, and that is Tesla. It was just simply a buy. It's not even a buy and sell trade. It was just a buy on the Tesla because I was looking at this. We had the wedge before. I had to redraw this lower trend line. Potentially, what we're looking at now is more so maybe like this, a channel downwards. Now, one thing very interesting to note on Tesla is on the monthly chart. Now, if you were to look at the monthly, there is a very, very, very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, maybe we should draw it out, make it a little bit clearer for you guys. So this being the 1, 2, and then the 3, it's the biggest leg, and then the 5. Okay, what that means is we could be seeing an ABC pattern. However, the reason why I got into a common position, so this is the ABC that I'm not too sure if I'm drawing correctly level wise, but this is what something that we could be expecting. Just keep that in mind based on the monthly chart. Okay. Well, the reason why I got in today was looking at the monthly chart. We were right near that monthly 8, as well as that key zone from that previous all-time high that split was uplisting. The high of the uplisting 900.4, that previous high zone. We were at that in that zone. Plus, we're a little bit extended on the daily. So this was a very comfortable area for me. The gap has already been filled. That was the third reason. This is a very comfortable area for me to enter at the very minimal, some commons kind of thing, because the market is still in choppy area. We're going to need to see follow through tomorrow. And if we do, this could see some very decent action towards that upper trend line of this now what could be a channel instead of a descending wedge. Even though we're to see a move to the upper trend line, let's say we drag it out a little bit here, that's still a 14% move, relatively decent for Tesla. Yeah, don't take your eyes off of it. This is looking at like a very nice spot for a bounce from here. Gonna need to see that follow through just like everything else. Okay, without that follow through tomorrow, that is still gonna be a red flag, and that's why we're gonna start with the commons and then add into options generally. All right, next one, we're going to be discussing is AMD. I just realized I only have 3. Maybe we'll pick up a 4th one as we go here. All right, so AMD, very nice bullish action. We're coming back after this, coming back down. Trend line no longer exists. Based on this, daily. Remember what we discussed before, daily bearish divergence, lack of follow through, bouncing from the 0.5. On this pullback here again, even with the market pullback, we're seeing, so we did lose that GP. We're still seeing a hold of the 0.5 with very nice bullish action. Low bearish volume on Monday. And then very nice bullish action today, closing near the high of day. Semis are gonna remain strong. Now, just out of curiosity, let's see what the monthly chart looks like. You could call this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So it is getting a little bit extended. It is getting a little bit scary up here. You know, you look at this, you could say somewhere back down here, say over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of a thing. So just be aware of that. I don't think, you know, we're gonna have to watch what it looks like ultimately on the daily chart, which is the main chart that we play. This is still a strong chart. No reason for exits. I can see new all-time high on this chart very soon on AMD. Now, since we're on the topic of AMD, and we might as well take a look at NVDA. Hey, it's touching that trend line, holding that trend line again. If you didn't get in here for this bounce play, I hope you got into here. This market generally, sometimes on the daily chart, they will provide a second chance. But if you miss that second chance, there's generally no third chance for you. So if you're looking to play NVIDIA, ideally, I hope you got into here on this touch of the trend line, whether it's on yesterday or today. Even yesterday, you know, this relative strength to the market. We are seeing an increasing bull volume now, looking very nice. Next one is QCOM. Might as well discuss the whole sector, right? QCOM. All right, so QCOM still in that all-time high zone. Weekly bull flag still there. Woo! This might look sexy. It might give you a sexy as hell move, but looking at the volume is not too interesting. You know, low bull volume outweighed by the bearish volume today. I would imagine another maybe week or two kind of sideways action. There is a chance that this could confirm early this week, next week kind of a thing, pulling this weekly 8 up to touch instead. But ideally, based on this chart, what I want to see is another week or two of sideways action going to New Year's 2022 to confirm this weekly bull flag. Chart looks pretty good though. Very clear stop. Very clear most ideal entry at about 172. So that's QCOM. All right, let's get into the next hottest ticker. Or we should say next hottest sector. This one I am now eyeing. Eyes back onto marijuana sector. Eyes back on marijuana. All right, we're looking at this weekly bull divergence potential. We are holding where we bounced from previously at $9, and we see a very clear resistance over here. Another somewhat of a rejection, and another rejection here before actually breaking over. Did not back test until all the way over here. Very clear support, and now we're seeing a little bit of wick under it, and the bulls are trying to hold it. That $9, very clear support. Need that follow through this week and next week, because this is on the weekly chart. Need a little bit more time on this. Once we start trading over that weekly 8, I would anticipate a trend reversal from here. We did close above that daily 8. That's a very nice close. I did not see that. Last time I checked was at about 9.53. It was right on that daily 8, and this is a very nice close. Very strong. Bullish volume still lacking a little bit. We're going to need to see that bullish continuation tomorrow on CGC. The other one we're going to be looking at, just as a quick reference, is Sundial. I have not taken a look at this in a long time now. As the last time we talked about it, this is the very clear trend line that must break. Every single time it pops, it rejects from there. So we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rejections from this upper trend line already. And if we do break this upper trend line, I can see a move to this other previous support line as a rejection. This is a very interesting spot. You know, looking at this kind of chart, we are seeing a slight daily bull divergence on this, with the prices going down from here to roughly about here. So slight daily bull divergence on this. Very, very slight. It's not that strong. But ultimately what we need is a move above 64 cents. This is a very nice close today, in my opinion. You know, we are seeing a new high close versus back here. So there is a potential for trend reversal, but tomorrow we're going to need that follow through breaking above 64 cents, and we should be able to see some continuation to the upside, trend reversal kind of a thing on the daily. But ultimately, the key to break will be this 96 cents. Once that is broke, or this upper trend line actually. So that's sundial. Next one is MU. Nice earnings reaction, huge bullish volume coming in, gap up and keep continuation. Gap up, continuation, there is now a gap left behind. So we'll be watching. If you're looking at this ticker, I would be watching somewhere around here, this previous all-time high zone in between 94.76 to 96.96. Multiple rejections from 94.76 and the previous all-time high 96.96 on the break of this. So I would anticipate some sort of reaction around this area because there is a gap left behind. But based on this kind of volume, this kind of chart, there is a chance that we just blast through a new all-time high before coming back down, like exactly like what Nike and Disney did before. So MU, Micron Technology, remaining strong. I don't know what this one is here. Based on the chart, was that a weekly bull flag before? Oh, so ultimately this is a weekly bull flag that's trying to confirm here. Very nice. So if we're looking at this as a weekly bull flag, let's do a fib extension on it. 1-to-1 extension brings up, no, 1 to GP brings us to right in that all-time high zone. So let's watch for a reaction there. Now the 1-to-1 extension target is going to be 103.91. Very key to break 96.96. All right, so that's it for the hottest tickers I have picked out today. Let's get into the requested tickers. First one we're going to take a look at is Disney. Disney, very interesting because we did hold that 0.786. Ultimately, the close was right on the low of the GP. This, when I was looking at this chart last time, is either going to be bouncing from here, and if it does, that's going to be very nice because it's going to be a trend reversal potential, or because of where the RSI was, there's a chance that it was going to come back down here to where this 0.786 is based on this whole last move. 0.786 lining up with the previous zone here. 135 would have been the most ideal entry because we started to see a very nice bullish action, gap up and continuation. There is still a lack of bull volume, however. If we're to break over this 154.66, call it 155 kind of thing, that would be a daily trend reversal, and that's going to be very key. If we're to break over, we should be seeing continuation, and there's a big gap left behind here. Even with just this gap, simply to just play this gap fill, you're looking at a 6% move already. If you were to enter on the break of 154.66, you're looking at a 12% move. So lots and lots of very nice setup charts out there. Just make sure you do your homework, have your tickers ready, know what you're playing, try to identify those with relative strength. All right, let's continue. Next one is LMND, Lemonade. Daily, very strong daily bull divergence, lack of follow through so far. Today there's no bull volume. Key to break is this upper trend line here. Multiple rejections. Continuation tomorrow is very, very much needed. We're going to need to see that increasing bull volume. There is some upper wicks, so there's a little bit of concern. We are trading in new all-time low area, so that is another concern. Even if we were to bounce over to this upper trend line, the short-term trend line, yeah, even if we were to bounce to this trend line, I can see another rejection making a new low. Because ultimately, the daily, let's see, if we drag it over, that would be a huge red flag, actually. So if we do bounce over, there's two ways that this could happen if there is going to be a bounce coming. If we were to bounce over and reject, that's going to be a huge red flag, okay? Huge red flag, because it's going to be a daily trend reversal, no follow through. The other way that this could happen is we're going to be bouncing to where this must break is. So slow bounce, which lines up with the current volume kind of profile. slow bounce and reject from there, making a new low. So the daily trend is still in lemonade. There is no, even though there's a nice strong daily bull divergence, we need that volume, we need that follow through. So personally, I would rather play this on the break of this trend line. There is going to be a lot of upside. So let's say that we break it over here next few days, even to that next, the top of the key zone. Let's say we won't go up here, top of the key zone, we're looking at 30% move. No rush. Okay, no rush on lemonade. Next one is NIO. No daily bull divergence. Don't like that. We did lose this support as well, and we're seeing a slight bounce under. 1-2 GP extension has already been lost, so the next one down is looking at 1-1 extension. 1-1 extension doesn't line up with anything. It lines up with this previous resistance back here. So this could continue to grind down. Would rather play the break of this upper trend line here. Very much a daily 8 guide down so far. Let's see if we can close over that daily 8. Bull volume looks okay today. So if we were to see follow through from here, the other way you could consider playing this bullish is probably on the break of 35.55. That would be a daily trend reversal. So new low, no follow through into daily higher high. That would be a very nice bullish sign. That's NIO. Next one is, we'll quickly go over the ones we picked out from the last weekend, last Sunday. Let's take a look. So just quick glance over what the 2 days has done. DNA was our #1 pick so far as green, looking nice. It's right on the weekly 8, bouncing from daily 8. Huge bull volume last Friday. Should see continuation. I like this chart. DNA looking good. ROKU, indecision candle. We're gonna need to see that follow through breaking above this upper trend line. And then Zoom, slight reddish. We did see a gap up. So ultimately right now we are where the last week's closing price is. Lack of follow through so far on this with daily bull divergence. Lack of follow through, but we are seeing a bounce from a daily 8. So that is very nice sign. I was looking at this chart. Wow, this actually ended up being very strong, hey? The last 30 minutes, half an hour. 1 o'clock, 1:30. Yeah, that last 30 minutes was actually very nice. Nice and strong. I was thinking, this chart is looking a little bit weak if we did close under that daily 8. But the bulls were able to save it. There is no volume on this. We're going to need to see the follow through. Daily trend reversal is already obtained. Potentially, maybe tomorrow, daily higher low before an actual break over. The easier way to play this is on the break of the upper trend line. Zoom. Daily bull divergence as well. Lack of follow through. Very similar to ROKU, and that's why we have it. These other two lower than DNA. Everything is the same. Need to see that break of upper trend line first. TDOC. The weakest green, but comparing to last Friday's close, is not green yet. So no follow through. There is no upper trend line on this one. It's a little bit harder to play on this one. Daily, slight daily bull divergence, slight. And we are chopping around that daily 8. Be very careful. This one does not look nearly as strong as the other two as of right now. But there is potential. I like the chart. There is potential for this to just pop straight over. This daily trend reversal 102. What is this? 102.71. Right, FTNT. Fortinet. Not sure why we ranked this one lower. It's huge bull volume on Friday. Very similar to DNA. Technically, it should have been ranked #2 based on Friday's volume. Anyway, so we are seeing follow through so far. We are already breaking over this area. 338. Multiple rejections, multiple supports. I had to move my alert up a little bit more. But this is looking very nice for continuation. There is no bull volume though. We're seeing a little bit of a decreasing bull volume. So we could see, coming back up to this previous high and another rejection from here. But the chart looks good because we are holding this very key support. Easy stop from down here. 284. 284 is the easy stop on this chart. Fortinet. Next one is PENN. I have not actually looked at PENN at all. Ooh, seeing very nice follow through so far on this week. Are we trading over the daily 8? There is a nice and strong daily bull divergence. Loving this. Follow through today already. Yesterday, oh, this chart looks sexy. Monday, look how low that bear volume is. And today we're trading over that 88. Oh my goodness. Love this chart. Oh, love this chart, man. Let's I would rather move this trend line a little bit lower. Let's see. If we were to put it over here, what does that look like? That actually makes sense. Because the multiple rejections here, popped over and then gapped straight back down. So let's see. Let's set an alert over here on this trend line instead. So we'll remove this one. Don't really care about the trend reversal. Coming back up there, this actually would line up with this trend line right here. So key to break over the next 2 days. Gonna need to see a break above 53.37. PENN is looking pretty amazing. AMC, no daily bull divergence. Seeing a wick from this upper this key zone now, where we saw the last rejection. So ultimately, if we're to see follow through to the downside, it is a decreasing bull volume as well. If we're to see a loss of 88, that is going to be a red flag, because this is going to be a daily lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high at this key zone again, and potentially making a lower low coming back down to visit this 1-to-1 extension target at 1513. That's AMC. Now let's take a look at the other ones we have on our top watch, and we are seeing some nice bullish action coming in. First one's going to be Amazon. Very clear support, very clear stop at this point. 786 around 3300, stop under 3300. Multiple wicks. Look at how many wicks are from this area. This is going to be a very key support now. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 candles with long lower wicks. Love it. I love it. There's no volume yet, but end of day today volume looking very nice. Now if we were to zoom in closer to today's volume, look at this. Low bear volume, nice bull volume. Low bear volume, nice bull volume. Amazing. And comparing today's volume to yesterday, was this yesterday? 20th? How come yesterday's volume is so low? And yet it shows pretty high on the daily. That is confusing. So yesterday only had 730 candle that had big bull volume. Okay, this is confusing. This is yesterday, if based on TradingView, if this is yesterday's volume on Amazon, yeah, between here to here is yesterday's volume. How is today's volume the same as yesterday? That does not make sense to me. What? That's fucked up. What? I don't get it. Okay, whatever. I'm going to say today's volume is higher than yesterday. Even looking at the 30-minute chart, extended hours on, still makes sense. Today's volume is higher. Very nice volume today. We are seeing closing right on that 88. Very similar idea. Need that follow through tomorrow. Key to break is this short-term upper trend line over here. Multiple rejections. Wonder if I should set an alert on this. I want to set it. Let's go ahead and set an alert on this one. We'll set an alert on this upper trend line here. 1 2 3 4 rejections. Need to get over it. It would be lining up with the lower part of the key zone as well. So Amazon looking very nice. We're gonna need to see continuation. If once we do, this will be the daily higher low, and would anticipate on the next move upon the break of this short-term trend line and then this key trend line to break. Upon the break of those two, would anticipate new all-time high to come on Amazon. Not to lose the big picture. Long-term sideways consolidation. This is what, July, so now 17 months of sideways action with breakdown fake, double fake out pattern. Gonna need to see that follow through. Once it gets new high, should see very nice bullish action coming in to follow. Next one is Apple. So this is what, just an anticipation of what Amazon could look like, but a lot stronger in that sense, because Apple is a little bit of a stronger bullish grind up versus sideways action. Apple, I'm looking at potential for this channel to form. Ideally, weekly bull flag kind of formation. last week we did see a huge bearish action, and today we're seeing a bounce, or this week so far we're seeing a bounce. I want to see a hold of that weekly 8. As of right now, still no real concerns on Apple. Volume, nothing is signifying that there's going to be a huge sell-off. Looking pretty good. Next one is Netflix. Yeah, I wanted to bring Netflix. There's a couple tickers that are looking very nice for front running of the market reversal. 2 tickers looking very nice. First one that happened yesterday was Netflix. Yeah, yesterday right at the open, we broke this upper trend line, very similar to any other charts, you know, a lot of other charts out there. We broke this upper trend line, came right back down, and then closing above it. Today we saw a slight gap up and then coming back down to visit that RD8, and then saw continuation. So Netflix is already seeing a reversal. Has already reversed. RD8 is very clear support now. Daily, we still need, technically we're gonna need 632.46 for that daily reversal. But I like the chart. We held the 0.5. We did break over the short-term upper trend line. It's one of the stronger charts out there. Volume today is nothing significant. There is no increasing bull volume, so that's a little bit of a red flag. Regardless, we need to pull away from this daily 8. But even if you were to just play from this to the daily high, that's 4%. Meh, it's not too much, eh? Slight daily bull divergence. Oh, so is that what it was? So long. Okay, so zoom out. You know, sometimes make sure if you're not getting a too much of a clear picture on your charts, make sure to zoom out. So looking at this, you know, long-term sideways action. New highs coming back down. So what this ultimately is coming back down to retest this previous high zone. Oh, now this chart looks a lot sexier than when I was looking at it from this point. You know, now it's looking a lot sexier. High breakdown, coming back to back test. Yeah, Netflix. Make sure to have Netflix on your watch. If we see continuation tomorrow, this can move. Long-term sideways action. Amazing. Netflix. Deciding if I should replace. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's replace Microsoft with it. Netflix are now on top watch. Next one we have is SQ, the other one that I wanted to talk to you guys about on the trend line break. Very clear trend line break here. Let's zoom into the 4 hours so you can see a little bit clear. Multiple rejections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rejections on this upper trend line, and now we're seeing a bounce, a hold of that key zone down below. 1-to-1 extension target, slightly wicking over it. For those that have experienced it with extension, the fib extension targets, you should know that the charts generally wick just over or just under it. So looking at this, with it wick just under, there is a daily bull divergence now, and we are seeing a close over that trend line. And is this increasing bull volume? Decent bull volume coming in. We did close right on that 88, so the chart is still a little bit weak. Trying to decide which one to replace. I like this chart. I like this chart as a reversal play from here. Now, for those, I can't remember who asked me on this chart specifically. I can't remember who. I think one of you in our trading group asked me about Square. And one thing I said was this 157.76 area. Yeah. What is this? What is this one from? The 0.5. Okay, yeah, 0.5. Since the low of pandemic move to the high, that 0.5 lines up so perfectly with his key zone. So that would be the most ideal entry in 157.76. I hope you put in a limit order in, because we got to 157.57. 19 cents off, and now we're seeing a bullish action coming in, breaking above that short-term upper trend line. If we're to see follow through on this tomorrow, there's no chance at unless the market corrects again. I don't see this giving a second opportunity of coming back down to this area. Very nice entry spot. Let's see if we get that follow through tomorrow. Square, I like the chart. You just can't decide which to replace with. There's a lot of very, very nice charts out there. Looking at this, let's see what the potential move can be. If we were to draw a fib for this last move down. Nope. Not the platinum. I want the main. All right, so 200. That makes sense. That would be a 17% move. I like it. I like it. I want to square up. I don't know what to replace it with though. You know what? I'll probably replace it with Zoom. Or replace U square to replace Zoom, to be more specific. Yeah, let's do that. All right, square now on top watch. Next one, reopening. Ooh, that's gonna be quite a few tickers to go through. How much time are we at? 36 minutes. Yeah, this is gonna be a long video. It's gonna be about 50 minutes ish, maybe an hour, running close to an hour. But where did my reopening go? I know first one's BA, so there we go. So BA, very nice follow through, increasing bull volume, very nice strong daily bull divergence on this. Today technically is a follow through already, so that's why I like the chart closing near the high of the day. You look at Monday was a spinning bottom candle, reversal candle on that daily bull divergence, follow through closing above the 88. Tomorrow, if you're in, you're going to need to see that follow through tomorrow, pulling away from the 88. But the chart looks very good. Ultimately, the key to break is still this upper trend line, of this descending wedge. This must break to see any real bull moves. But the chart looks amazing on BA. Next one, American Airlines. Follow through today. The reopenings are all seeing follow through. There's no bull divergence on this one, however. We did not see a new low. We're gonna need, that makes it so that we have to break above 1887 in order to see that daily trend reversal. Because there is no daily bull divergence, it's a little bit harder to play this one. We are seeing low bear volume, increasing bull volume, but there is upper wicks that are coming in already. So the key to break, obviously, is going to be at 1887, as we just talked about. The next one is CCL, Carnival Corporation. Same thing, increasing bull volume, no daily bull divergence. Already seeing a daily trend reversal. Gap has already been filled from this previously. Closing near higher. There's not as much higher upper wicks. So this chart is looking a little bit stronger in comparison to American Airlines, which no longer applies. I'm seeing a potential for a dragged out channel, depending on what the pandemic is gonna look like, or Omicron. There is a chance for this. Slim chance for this. Yeah, you see bounce, rejection, wick under, another bounce here. Rejection, another bounce. So I'm thinking this pattern might be over now, but I'm going to need to see what a break of this upper trend line for any sort of actual reversal on CCL. Next one, Royal Caribbean Rcl. Similar chart in comparison is a little bit weaker. We're not seeing that daily trend reversal yet. We're going to need to break over 77.50 on RCL, but this could be a legger play. So could be a legger play in comparison to CCL. Right, next one is MAR, Marriott International. Head and Shoulders did not lose that neckline. This is reminding me of Adobe. Just to show you guys quickly, just to show you guys quickly, you know, this head and shoulders. Oh, this is a little bit different. So this one did lose the neckline and then came back up before the actual follow through. But as regardless, it reminds me of that a little bit. MAR. Head and shoulders, not losing that neckline. And we're going straight back up. Chart is looking okay. Regardless, we are still in that all-time high territory. Volume wise, not intriguing. Sort of middle of the no man's land. Wouldn't be touching this one. Kind of chop. Alright, so that's it for reopening. There's a couple more that I can go over, but actually, let's take a look at Trivago. Upper trend line, very clear upper trend line that needs to break. This is actually a low risk area for an entry. You could do a stop. There's clear supports over here. 206. I think we're trading. Yeah, not looking so good actually. Wait for the break of this upper trend line. Then that'll be the goal signal. Yeah, so on the break of this upper trend line, let's say that we break it later, you know, or earlier, so it gives less profits. 2.46 kind of a thing. Move to the next key zone up. Ooh, 65%. No rush on this. We need to see that reversal. We need to see the break of the upper trend line. Liking the chart, but I just don't like how it's a long-term grind down. Once it does get over the upper trend line, just to show you guys an example, and the last time, zoom in here. So this was gap up. No. We'll call it here. You know, the got over the trend line and then traded, slowly grinded down still. You will see a pop, and that was 192%. Generally, I don't really like playing something like this, but it could prove to be very, very much profitable. All right, let's get into the next one. Next one is space. Now that there is a strong daily bull divergence on space, when we were playing it from back here, where was it before? I can't remember where we played it last, or at the last entry, but I know we played this one and then sold the profit right at this candle. Today, now there is a daily bull divergence. Very nice follow through so far. We did close right on that daily 8. If you look at this, you know, it's very nice that we're gonna need tomorrow's follow through to confirm this bull divergence trading over that daily 8. I love the chart. I love what the opportunity presents on space. Now, even if we do look at, you know, just a run to the 0.382. Where is the low? 52, 60. Okay, so 52. Even if we do just look at the run to the 0.382, we're looking at $30. That's 100% run on this. So love the opportunity of space. Next one, FUBO. Very similar idea. Long-term consolidation. Strong daily bull divergence. Closing right on that daily 8. Gonna need the follow through next day. Oh man, do not get tripped on this, okay? So we tried playing this from back here. Daily bull divergence, same idea back here, and it got stuffed the next day. So tomorrow, don't get chopped up. That's all I can say. Don't get chopped up. FUBO, RIVN is gonna be the next one, and new all-time lows. So far, lack of follow through. We were a little bit extended from that daily 8, and now it's catching up. There's no huge upper wick, so that's a good sign for the bulls. But ultimately, tomorrow, what we could see is a back test of this 100. Very clear support from back here. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. You could call this one another one too. So we could see a back test of that before another leg down. But if we look at, zoom in on the hourly chart, you can see that there's already been immediately back tested. So if this could very well be a lower high. Gap down, immediate back test, continuation, lower high, into another lower low. So there is a very much high potential of that, unless we were to see a close over 100, then we can be expecting a gap fill from back here. So that's RIVN. Next one is Lucid. No real concerns, even though it is technically a daily bear flag. Daily bear flag. Bulls are very much clear, saving this GP. Stop loss, I'd probably say, you know, just under that GP, 34.58 kind of a thing. You could put it under this last higher low. $33 to be a little bit more conservative, give it a little bit room from GP. But we're gonna need to see the bulls come in, low bear volume, decent bull volumes. We need the bulls to come in to reverse this. This is a good enough spot for a daily higher low, a 4-hour higher low. Let's see that reversal. The must break is 42.50 for that confirmation of reversal. All right, next one is Uber. We're gonna do 3 more. I have like 5 more marked down, but we're just gonna do 3 more. Getting a bit tired here. All right, and Uber, we are seeing one of the strongest charts out there. Daily bull divergence, already seeing the daily reversal. Yeah, already seeing the daily reversal confirmation as well as the daily bull divergence confirmation. Not significant bull volume, but this shows me that it is out of sellers. Ultimately, you know, there's no significant bull volume, but we are closing near the high of day. Very nice chart. Gap has already been filled. Closing right on this previous resistance. There's a lot of room to move on this one. I like the chart. If you're not in, we're sort of in the middle of the no man's land already. Would it not be trading this one? Congrats if you're in. The chart, it's not showing any reason to sell. 20% move from the bottom already. I would be watching for a reaction on this upper trend line. If you are not in, don't play it. And I probably don't play it. Personally, I wouldn't be playing it. Not saying that you shouldn't. But if you are in, no significant red flags. I would probably use the daily 8 as a guide for now. Maybe a little bit shorter time frame. Let's see, hourly, 4 hour would make sense then. 4 hour 8 is that clear guide right now. First move off the bottom, a little bit of a chop, and then very much a hold, another hold, and let's see if we get another 4 hour bull flag on the Uber. Chart is looking pretty darn good. Next one is SOFI. Trying to get that reversal. There is a daily bull divergence. I don't like the chart in the sense that it's decreasing bull volume. We are still seeing a move, a guided move by that daily 8. Slight close under, gap down, sell off. Until we close above that daily 8. This is not going to be a strong chart. There is still a chance that, you know, okay, let's see, 1356. Oh, it held this support just ever so slightly. Would have been easy to come down to 13, and then once that 13 is lost, you know, you'd be looking at new all-time low kind of as a support. Other than that, you know, the chart is still weak. Don't be in the rush to play this one. Let's see if there's a short-term trend line. Looking like there is. Oh yeah, never mind. I tried drawing this one and it showed already a bull break. I didn't really like it either from that perspective. So ultimately I would be looking at the break above the daily 8, or even wait for a break above 1717 for that trend reversal coming back down, looking for an entry on that higher low instead. SOFI, not one of my favorite charts just because of volume and the guided move down. Next one and the last one is MRK. So we called this out, head and shoulders. Loss of this neckline should see very nice follow through. So it did lose it, immediately bounced up, huge gap down, continuation, another gap down, continuation, another gap down, third gap down over down here, holding that trend line. That was a very, very nice spot for an entry. You can see bounce here. Depending on how you draw it, you know, you could technically draw it from probably over here. There we go. So bounce, 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 another bounce. Amazing area for bull entry. I hope someone is in this play. It's not generally one of my top watches. We are seeing a little bit of rejection from that 0.382 so far, but ultimately it is a daily bull flag. We are seeing lower wicks forming. The chart is still strong. Bull volume needs to come in. There is some decent bear volumes right now. Daily 8 is that clear guide. Right, so that's it for today's video. For those of you, you know, some of you may have noticed new swag. How you guys like it? I'm thinking, you know, just as a first test batch, just to see what the reactions look like, see what the feedbacks are. And I love it in the sense that, you know, it arrived right in time for Christmas. Love the red. Merry Christmas, right? Anyways, so thank you guys for watching. Hey, if you know anyone that may benefit from the content we provide, please consider sharing our channel with them. I hope you guys all have a very happy holiday. Happy New Year's. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you very, very much for all your support through 2021. We saw a huge spike in our subscribers. Thank you for watching. Glad you guys enjoy it. I will see you in 2022, guys.